In Consumer Watch, some Amazon users have taken to social media to share that their Prime accounts were banned after returning too many items.
While Amazon's return policy does not specify what number of returns could get your account shut down, the retail giant said in a statement that some users are abusing the service, forcing them to take action to protect all customers. Here to explain why you could get banned is Kate Taylor, a retail reporter for Business Insider. Kate, thanks for joining. I don't know what I would do if Amazon says, A, I'd probably save a whole lot of money, but B, I would probably have to take a day off. I'd go into morning Vlad. You'd have to go on without me.
Right.
I shop online all the time. We're too busy.
And so does, I've always said I've never returned a lot of stuff, but my girlfriend returns things all day long. So what does this mean?
So the issue isn't necessarily how many things you're returning. It's if you're returning in a way that seems to kind of ping Amazon sensors. So Amazon is not really giving like, okay, if you return this many things, this is going to be a problem. It's more kind of saying, okay, we think these people are abusing our return system. So something for that is if they think that kind of maybe you're buying these things and then returning them and then getting paid to write positive reviews about them, or you're kind of trying to run some kind of scam where you're buying things, returning them for credit, and then want to make more money off of them.
Right, so there might be a little fraud in the system maybe because, you know, we as consumers depend on these reviews to be honest reviews. But, you know, I know a lot of people, particularly when it comes to buying clothes, they might buy a few different sizes. It's just the nature of shopping online. You don't know what the item's really going to be until you get it in your hands.
I know, my girlfriend will buy like 4 items of different sizes and then try them on and say, oh, this one is the one that fits, and I'm sending them back.
And that's increasingly kind of like a business model. Like Warby Parker, they're like, buy 5 glasses, that's expected, and then return the 4 you don't want.
So then the question is that business model a little bit harmful? Like, was that having an impact on Amazon's bottom line, that part of the shopping experience is having the option to overbuy and then return?
I think that they build that into kind of their game plan. The issue is more fraud, where they think that people are purposefully using this as a way to scam the system and to buy something when on sale maybe and then return it when it's full price, or to buy something knowing they're going to return it so they can write a review, have the review go up, return it, and then get paid by the company that's selling through Amazon. So that is what Amazon seems to think is happening. A lot of customers who I've talked to feel like they're being unfairly punished, where maybe they just buy a lot of stuff, maybe they return a lot of stuff, and then because of that, somehow they're setting off Amazon's algorithm. Just because they have so many customers, this isn't like a random store where you can be like, here's the reason I'm returning this. You kind of have to go through more of a process to make your voice heard and kind of explain why Amazon can't kick you out because you need to keep shopping there.
But even with that, it's sort of emails back and forth, you know, so I'm sure it's hard to plead your case.
And it's really interesting. I've been using Amazon since before it went public, and I've been an adopter. I was an early adopter, and I remember the first time I really thought to myself, this is a company that I will forever be loyal to, is when I received a bunch of books that I didn't order. I called them up and they said, you can keep the books, we'll send you the ones that we should have sent you. And it was just like this great customer service. You talk to an actual human being. Every time I have something that didn't turn up, they never ask me for proof. They say, did you not get it? Okay, we're refunding your account. You wrote an article that showed that many people are now frustrated with Amazon, as opposed to having this like wonderful relationship with the company, because they haven't even been given access to their channels, to their accounts.
It's so weird. A lot of the people I spoke with who Amazon felt that they may have been abusing the system in some way, they were just saying, we don't know what happened. When Amazon kind of locks you out of the account, they can say, you violated a policy, but not say exactly what policy it was. And then when you're kind of emailing and talking to customer service, it kind of creates, like, people get very frustrated. So then they're talking about it on social media. A lot of people I talked to ended up emailing. Jeff Bezos still has an open email account, so people would email that account, which, again, he kind of sees these emails come in from customers, but people were saying that they were getting responses after literally emailing the CEO of Amazon was the only way that they could kind of get the attention of customer service there. Yeah.
So do these online companies lose a lot of money with returns? I mean, aside from getting the product back, I mean, you know, I'm sure there's additional fees to restocking and all that sort of stuff.
So with kind of traditional returns, they have that in their system, but return fraud, that costs them an estimated $17 billion a year.
Okay.
So
you can see why Amazon would crack down.
Yeah, and there's like concerns that this is kind of feeding into other sorts of crimes where money from return fraud is being used to buy drugs, kind of in a lot of different aspects. So a $17 billion problem, that's nothing to sneeze at, where that is a pretty big issue, where companies want to know who's returning a lot of things, and if they're kind of doing that in a way that is not conducive and kind of is hurting the businesses.
You know, this is a subject for another day, but we'll have you back to talk about why I can't figure out where the Amazon marketplace sellers are shipping from. You can never figure out when you order, for example, a t-shirt. I buy a lot of t-shirts. I buy a lot of like rock concert t-shirts, and it looks great on the screen, and you think it's coming from a seller here in the United States. Then it shows up 2 weeks later, and it's a Chinese knockoff.
2 weeks later, well, you know how you know is that you click purchase, and then they're like 4 weeks from now you get it. You're like, wait a minute,
second. And
where's this coming from?
And for me, that's what I return. I return that, but you know what they usually say? No, you keep it because it's usually outside of the country, and that's really frustrating.
No, it's so true.
Kate Taylor, thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.